a couple of these videos in the past, and I noticed recently that one of them has been getting a lot more views, so I figured I'd make a newer one with newer submissions. So we're just gonna get straight to it. Let me know what you think about any of these. Are they the asshole? Are they not? It's just a little bit of fun. I'm not, judging these people that hard unless they've done really bad things. But if you like these videos, do make sure to subscribe below and check out my Patreon. So, I've got the first one up right here. And it goes. It says WIBTA. I don't understand what that means. It's my very decorated laptop. WIBTA for canceling my brother's wedding. I, female, 31 years old, have a brother, male, 28, who is hoping to get married to his fiancée, female, 25. They have been in a relationship for a long time. They have kids and a house together, so she isn't someone who's new to the family. We're all European, but I own a gorgeous house in Colorado. It is in the middle of the mountains, surrounded by forests, has huge windows looking out on my acres surrounding. It is truly stunning and a dream come true. A couple of months ago, my brother came to me and asked me if they could use my house for a destination wedding. Okay. While I was hesitant to host a goddamn wedding in the house of my dreams, before we get to the end, if I was in this situation and I really loved my house, I would have just said no. Unless I knew that my brother is very responsible and they would never do anything bad to my house. You can tell when people are going to respect your property or not. Let me just put it out there. And I feel like all drama can just be stopped with a no, because they'll get over it. So this person was hesitant to host this wedding. They say, I can absolutely understand how my dream house is her dream venue. I told them they absolutely could, but had some rules, despite me not living there. No more than 25 guests. It is truly in the middle of nowhere, so guests would have to sleep at the house, and I simply do not have room for more. Nothing that permanently alters anything in or around the house. Reasonable. No smoking indoors. Very reasonable, and I feel like expected. Any damage done by them or their guests would have to be paid for again. Reasonable. Since I'm quite protective of the house, I offered to decorate and find a caterer, and that would be my gift to them. So I'm providing them with a venue, food, and decorations. I am currently almost 10,000 into my gift, is how it's written, because it's my brother's wedding and it's what I wanted to do. Now, shit has hit the fan. His fiancée decided she needed at least 45 guests, while I was willing to be flexible by 1 or 2, but 20? Nah. I asked if she wanted to stack them, and she got salty messages a day asking me why I'm ruining her day, if I'm jealous, etc. Today she called me to tell me that if I keep going out of my way to make her miserable, and I and my rescues to that is so rude. She called her adopted children rescues, like rescue animals. That is just, I would like cut that head. You can't say that about someone's child. I and my rescues would not be invited either. While I find it absurd that she thinks she can uninvite me from my own house, the fact that she referred to my kids as rescues has me absolutely fuming. I'm considering canceling this whole thing, but B, royally fucking over my brother in the process, who has done nothing wrong. So is her shit show overshadowing my need to protect my brother from a giant financial hole? I don't know. Oh gosh. I don't think they are the asshole at all, and I think they're in the right. I would have just said no in the beginning. I think this bridezilla is being super unreasonable, and how do you even deal with that besides just saying no? Because she has paid for the catering, the venue, allowing her to use the space. What else does she have to do? Like, someone asked, does your brother know that she's behaving this way, and have you spoken to him about this behavior? Apparently the brother says that he claims the pressure of planning a wedding has gotten to her, and that I should try and be patient. Oh, come on. Yeah, someone said that. Someone who said that to me about my kids wouldn't be family to me anymore, let alone someone I'd consider hosting a wedding for. Yeah, that is literally, it angered me. Like, how would you say that to anyone's child and expect them to treat you like your family? Like, that is so rude. Yeah, cancel the venue. She has been so disrespectful. Just say no and she can scramble for a new venue. You know what? If she really wants to be a bitch, she can find her own wedding venue. It's horrible, like people's true colors show. Alrighty, what else? Okay. Am I the asshole for asking my dad, why can't you just get up? I, 17 female, finished dinner and was walking back to my room. On my way, my dad got my attention from the living room and did a motion to ask me to pick up from bowl from his lap. Okay, sometimes he asks and sometimes he doesn't, and when I groaned and complained, I asked, why can't you just get up? He looked at me annoyed and said, what? So I repeated my question. That got me a glare from my mom, and what I can only see as an annoyed and confused look from my dad. He mumbled relationship is not good and he doesn't have any health issues making it hard for him to move around, then you can choose to ignore helping him. The choice is yours, and it is on you how you build your relationship with people around. Yeah, I don't think we have enough information. I would say, like, the dad didn't actually say anything mean, which is fine. If your dad's, like, nice to you and does everything for you, like, what's the harm in picking up the plate? But also I can see, like, if you were tired that day, you also went to school and stuff like that. You have to study for hours at a time. I feel like going to school sometimes it is like work. In some cases, like if we're talking about someone 17, 18, like they have a lot of exams they're studying for, let's think that will make you tired. So you could be in a mood that is gonna be like, oh, I don't want to pick this plate up right now, which is totally understandable. And I don't think the dad did anything wrong, or the kid is just, I feel like it's just a normal moment, really, not like a big asshole moment. But the mom does come across like strict, like you have to, be nice to your dad and stuff like that, which obviously you do. I don't think anyone is the asshole here. I think it's just a normal thing that happens sometimes. Sometimes you're not in the mood to. You're here thinking like, why can't you just get up? And clearly he could. But yeah, it's just about the current moment, I would say. Like, we don't know what happened during that day. What else is there? These are quite recent, so next one. Am I the asshole for being mad because my son told the teacher I'm at my limits? The math teacher asked the class, 7th grade, if their parents can still help or if they slowly reach their limits. My son told in class that his father has no problems at all, but I start struggling. When he told me that, I felt really hurt. My husband stepped in. I thought he would have my back because first he said that this wasn't true. Then my son clarified that the question was only about maths. Then my husband smiled and said, "Well then, that's fine," and lightly laughed. I totally lost it. For some background, I hold a university degree in psychology. Math is also a part of my education. Statistics, probability calculation. But I'm not really interested in maths, but really like learning and teaching my son about languages and biology. So I help my son with German, English, French, and Latin. Damn. As well as biology, music, and random other school topics. So when it comes to maths and physics, I step back and my husband takes over. My thoughts are, why should I put in efforts in a topic I don't really appreciate when my husband, a studied physicist, can do it faster? They both interpreted this as, she's at her limit. Haha. Am I the asshole for reacting very emotionally and starting a fight? Okay, first of all, at the end, she mentioned that she started a fight, and she did not give any like details on the actual fight where she might be perceived as an asshole, which might have been calculated to get. No, you're not the asshole, whatever. We don't actually know how the fight went down, right? husband for laughing, and all the men who tried to teach you that you shouldn't expect to be good at math. And then the original poster said, I literally cried after reading this comment. I wasn't mad at my son. He is young, but immediately apologized because he understood that he kind of humiliated me in front of the class and the teacher. But I am so disappointed in my husband. Growing up, I heard a lot of times that girls can do certain things, riding a motorbike, going to university, understand topics like physics and maths. I could go on. Someone says like you could just like explain that, let's talk about misogyny and assumptions that I have to deal with every day, and it's not okay to reinforce them in our own home, to talk with the husband and stuff like that, instead of starting a fight, which I agree. Yeah, she only flipped on her husband, I guess, when he laughed and said it's okay to say, like, she kind of gives up on the math stuff because she's just okay at math. Yeah, whatever. You know what? I don't think she's a huge asshole for this, to be honest. It's just something like this requires more nuance. I don't think she sounds like a person that's like a huge meanie and does this all the time. It probably, hurt. It struck a chord in her, and she was hurt in a specific way. She undermined and stuff like that. So I don't want to label anyone as an asshole here. Probably starting a fight wasn't good. Just like taking a step back and being calm and stuff, but I wouldn't be able to do that. I would have probably been toxic and started a fight with my husband or something, because she studied it, and if I also studied it, I would have been like, it's not fair that you're doing this in front of our child. Don't show him this is not how you should act around this topic. Don't show him this example, don't set him this example, and just say that you were humiliated for this, because yeah, she's also smart. But yeah, I don't want to label her as an asshole, to be honest, but you let me know what you think. But that's pretty much it for that one. Gosh, there's a very long one. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize to my friend's boyfriend? This is so fucking stupid. I feel like I'm in high school again. Oh, they decided that this person is not an asshole, by the way. I, 34 female, have a friend named Summer, also 34 female, who is a free spirit. Oh no. I don't want to judge anyone, but when somebody describes them as a free spirit, I'm like, oh, what's up with that? In high school, Summer, her friend, got sent home multiple times for going to class barefoot. She dropped out of college, hitchhiked to Mexico one summer, didn't tell anyone where she was going. She forgets to pay her phone bill, so she's occasionally unreachable. I know that sounds like a lot, and it will sound even more by the end of this, but we've been friends since we were 10. I don't care that she's a mess. I love her. We're in this for the long haul. Summer's boyfriend Will is the opposite of her, and I hope to mellow her out her wild side. You know how Summer forgets to pay her phone bill? Well, apparently she did it again, and I found out when Will called me Summer for you. If you get a hold of her, please tell her to call me. Best of luck." Then I hung up thinking nothing of it. Will rang me again and she demanded to know where Summer is. I truthfully said that I had no idea, but I will call her parents for him and see if they know. I went to do that, but Will called me again before I could. I answered, and it was the same question, but angrier. Jesus. And he's like, "Where the fuck is my girlfriend?" I'll spare you the suspense. This went on for quite some time. Absolutely no clue why Will was convinced I know where Summer is, but I told him exactly where and when I last saw her, and that she disappears like this routinely, which he damn well knows. They've been together for a year. I used the plainest language possible, but Will wouldn't relent. He called me about 50 times. I put it on silent at first, but by the 51st time, I'd had enough. I answered and said, "Bro, stop blowing up my phone. I don't know where Summer is and I'll block you if I have to. You're going to get me fired." Then I turned my phone off. Today Summer called me. I was expecting some sort of explanation, but she opened with, "I'm handling the phone to Will. He wants an apology." I stopped her and said, "Apology for what?" And she said, "For saying that he blew up your phone." To which I replied, "He did blow up my phone, and I was at work too. Maybe I shouldn't have threatened to block, but he didn't get the point in the first 50 times. I said it calmly." Summer said, "Just apologize because he's really pissed and here's why I'm probably the asshole." No to all fucking that. I'm not apologizing because her milk toast what boyfriend, who's basically the human equivalent of a dry ham sandwich, is on some ego trip. Human equivalent of a dry ham sandwich. That is just a perfect way to describe someone. I said that, but nicer, and she hung up on me. Now I'm thinking I should have sucked it up rather than jeopardize 2 decades of friendship. Am I the asshole? Let me just say this loud and clear. She is not the asshole. That is crazy. If anyone's relationship that you have had with a friend for years and years gets destroyed over a man and over something so funny like that, something so not important, were you supposed to be friends in a real, was that friendship good in the first place? If that could jeopardize your friendship so fast and you're not talking to each other anymore, were you that good for each other? But that is just crazy to deal with. He sounds insane, and she also does. Good luck to her. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed and you've been watching my videos for a while, do leave a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, and leave a comment down below because that also helps my channel. So yeah, thank you